Hello. All right. We got letters. Wow, I got so many letters. Is this the one from home, or is this from... Okay, this one's from Peanut. Wow, okay. Whatever. That was a pretty normal letter, Peanut. Whatever. Okay. D2. Keep an eye out for that. Again, it was raining yesterday, so there are gyroids buried today. And of course, we have something buried in one of the acres as well. That'll be in D2 at least. So we know... Not get excited in D2. But here we are, our first gyroid of the day, a tall gongoid. I don't think I need anything that's tall, so that's gonna be a no. I think that's an immediate nope, don't need that. That's fine. Can't all be winners. Let's just keep going. Again, Gracie's gonna be here tomorrow, which is nice. Haven't seen her in 2 weeks now, so another opportunity to get something from her would be good. That's kind of about it for the game. Pokopia, the event with Jirachi, just started yesterday. So I did check that out. I actually did check that out just before streaming this yesterday, but I don't think I mentioned it. So it's a little different. All the other major events were like, hey, go to the Dream Island and break these crystals or collect these things. Well, I guess it was crystals, like for shards in one event, and then the other event had like the cotton spores that were just like chilling outside. But this one, it's like, hey, you gotta do requests for your Pokemon. So it's like if you have wish tickets, then they just start asking, like they'll just have speech bubbles and be like, hey, can you get me this, or could you put this in my habitat? And then if you do it, you get a completed wish ticket, and then you can go and trade that for items with Jirachi. So I did a little bit, but I was like, okay, I understand what's going on here. I'm not gonna get carried away. You know, I'll get this done. Or did I do that after my stream? No, I did before my stream. I'm just getting mixed up. But yeah, I did a little bit, and I was like, okay, I know what I'm doing. I'll just pick this up tomorrow. Get some more done. And yeah, that's kind of it. So it is different than the other events, which I guess is a welcome change. And like, I don't know, a lot of the items, like a single wish ticket will buy, so maybe I don't have to do too much. With all the other ones, I just kept collecting things anyways, and then I had so many, and then I just like traded it and like tons of extras for every item. It was kind of nice, I guess, but I don't know if I'll go as crazy this time. I haven't been playing as much. I basically got to the point where I have all but one of the like random notes or whatever that you get from the Dream Islands. I'm only missing one, and I think it's like one outfit related thing maybe, or it's a picture for the designs. I can't remember which one it is, but I'm only missing one at this point. And for the longest time, this is E4, so this is a gyroid. The longest time I was I kept playing every day, like trying to get it, and then I just kind of got lazy after I got to the last one. And then I was like, oh, I got the DLC, and it's like, well, I'll be back for the DLC anyway, so like, doesn't really matter. I can wait. That's kind of it. I'm like, it doesn't matter if I get it now. I'll come back for the DLC and do more then. So that is the plan. Oh, did I go to this acre yet? I want to say I did, but I honestly don't remember. I don't think I need a Sproid, but I do need two things that start with the letter S, so it is possible the Sproid is one of them. But I feel like I have all the Sproids for some reason. But I don't know. I always check at the end, you know. I like to build up a little bit of suspense. There needs to be a little bit of tension. Can't just be like, well, sorry everyone, I didn't get anything new here. Please check again next time. Peanut check. Peanut is still here. I did some reading the other day to confirm how villagers work in this game. Because there's no friendship, but there is a way that it determines who moves. So I did live reading the other day. It was a little learn-along. I don't know if that's a term that people use, but I am now going to coin that if it hasn't been used. But basically, the first check is it sees who knows the fewest amount of players, right? So like if you've introduced yourself to every player, this is D2, so this is a pitfall. Yeah, had a feeling. But yeah, if like I know that there's people in my town that I've not introduced, or I've not speaked. Okay, the Mega Plinkoid might be something I need. I feel like I need a Plinkoid, or I got a Plinkoid last week, and I now know that I don't need any Plinkoids. Anyway, yes, so basically the first check is it checks to see who's spoken to the fewest amount of player characters. So I spoke to Peanut with every single character that I have, and I think that should lock her in, as is. Also, like, the next check is, like, who's been sent the fewest amount of letters. And I know there's some people that I haven't sent letters. Obviously, there's the people that started in my town, and those people would have got sent some letters as a result of the tutorial and all that. So those ones are kind of like fairly locked in that sense. But yeah, so it goes to that. Then it's like personality type. Then it's like who's lived in the fewest towns. Then it's personality type. And if all of those can't be, you know, if it can't get anything after all those steps, then it just picks someone at random. But it's not going to get to that point. So I think Peanut is locked in now, is where I'm going. Yes, she's bound to these grounds by the Alex clones. I like that. That is a very funny sentence. Also, we have a spike today, which is fun. You know, since finishing this, I got one spike after my last week. Then I had no spike, a decrease, 2 no spikes. So we had 4 weeks of nothing. Then we had 3 spikes in a row, 2 decreases, and now we have another spike. So that's just your fun little update with that. It is the 24th. The Steam Summer Sale starts tomorrow. That's exciting, potentially. I'm sure I'll buy a little bit, but I don't know. I don't buy too much. Okay, gyroids. Let's see. Oh, I did get... Oh, so wait. What did I get last time? I got an S. I got a letter S gyroid last time. Is that what happened? Yeah, I got a Strumboid. Okay, so I only need 1 with the letter S now. So it's 4 megas, 2 minis, and then just 1 letter S. Which is not good for what I've got here. So we have a Tall Gongoid, which we don't need. We have a Sproid, which we don't need. And then we have a Mega Plinkoid, which I think is something we got last week. Or sometime recently we got a... Did I drop the Plinkoid just now? No, there you go. Okay, yeah, I literally got a Mega Plinkoid recently, I think. I knew the name was familiar, and I knew I had looked at it recently, and that would be why. Okay, so, whatever. Can't all be winners. So yeah, that's another gyroid day where we didn't get anything new, but again, that's okay. We can accept that. Gracie is going to be here tomorrow, so, you know, there's still hope. Still hope for this week. And if it rains again this week and then we get more gyroids, that also introduces more hope. So that's good. But yeah, that's kind of it. I don't really have much else to do here, obviously. So I guess I'll just wrap up. But Peanut should be locked in. And I think it's 10 days. I think 10 days. It needs to be at least 10 days since the last person moved in for someone else to move out. So, if I'm not mistaken, Peanut moved in on Saturday? And I don't know if it counts Saturday as the day, so it's been like 4 or 5 days at this point. So, sometime next week, like near the start of next week, we should probably see someone else move out. And then someone else move in. And again, if it's someone else I like, then I know what to do, and then we can keep them there. And everything should hopefully be good. But yeah, anyway, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the emotes. Let's keep our fingers crossed for tomorrow. Hopefully Gracie can deliver. because that would be pretty cool. I mean, gyros are one thing, Gracie's another, and if we deal with Gracie, then that just makes everything easy. So, that's the hope. Anyway, I hope you have a good rest of your day. I'll see you next time. Maybe tomorrow. It'll be later. I don't think visiting Peanut every day doesn't even like change things. I think it's literally just based off of the letters, because I don't think there's any friendship in this game otherwise. But that's what I was able to find, at least. So I think it's really just like who knows the most and who's got the most letters. Well, there's no boxes in this game, right? They just move. Yeah, boxes aren't a thing here. Like, it's just like, done. They're gone. But again, as long as like you don't send letters to the people you don't like, then everyone you like should stay. So like there is a way to basically lock it in. It's just like requires more, and like you can't keep track of it unless you know what you're doing, I guess. Because like I don't know how many letters I've sent to people. You could just like send enough, but then if you somehow sent enough and everyone was tied, which shouldn't be the case, then that could create an issue, you know? Because then it could just be someone random. So you could have like an order. I mean, I looked it up, and as long as the wiki's right, then I'm saying the truth. But yeah, I think this one is just different because yeah, no friendship, and then it's just based off of like those conditions, and like it's always going to give you someone who's never been in your town as a priority over people who have been in your town. So like it'll just cycle through everyone. So eventually I would get the everyone that I like, but who knows, right? Anyway, until next time, I'll be on later, probably tomorrow, and we'll just take it from there. But maybe I'll catch you then, and if not, I will just keep my fingers crossed for Gracie to deliver. Anyway, that's it. I'm out. See you next time. Bye.